So y'all, welcome to Chris. Today we're going to be discussing Antonio Brown rape allegation. We're going to give you an update on the college scammers and what the judge decided. And lastly, we're going to give you an update on Tekashi 6ix9ine and where he's been at the last year. So in my last video, I went in depth about Antonio Brown and what his craziest week that led for him going from the Raiders to the Patriots. But a day or two after I recorded that video, some more stuff with Antonio Brown came up. And it's completely different from what happened last week. This is rape allegations, so this is very serious. So before I even give you some input or all that, I'm just gonna give you the details. So the accuser is Brittany Taylor, and she said this happened on 3 different scenarios in between 2017 and 2018. So in the first incident, he had his penis exposed and he tried to kiss her and she told him no. And then the second incident was him ejaculating on her back, so then he, after that, fired her. So the first incident happened June 2017, and then the second one where I talked about the ejaculation happened in 2018. And in the last incident, she implicitly told him no, and then this is where he forcibly raped her, and this was in April of 2018. At this time, Antonio Brown is facing no criminal charges. She's mostly looking for compensation and punitive damages more so than him being evicted or in prison for a few years. So that's her side of the story. And then shortly after that was released, Antonio Brown released his own statement. I'm gonna post a statement on it, but there's a lot of it to divulge. I'm gonna give you some cliff notes of it. But basically, what Antonio Brown is saying is he denies all of it. He said in the past that she came to him for a $1.6 million business project. He rejected it. He also talks about a certain incident where Miss Taylor came over his house late at night for some consensual sex. Basically, Antonio Brown's denying all allegations. He's basically saying, look, we had relationships, wasn't no dating, we had consensual sex. She's just trying to get money out of me now. So keep in mind, this all happened in a 1-day frame. So like the allegations happened in the morning and then Antonio Brown's thing kind of released in the afternoon. Then like an hour or 2 later, these 2 or 3 videos started popping up on Twitter. And I'll let you be the judge.
Yes, boy, yes, boy. Yes, boy. Yes, boy, yes.
You got the key to the biz.
With those videos, I'm gonna bring up my biggest issue, and that's the timing of this. I feel like Miss Taylor picked the most opportune time when Antonio Brown looking like he's crazy to people, he's having the craziest week of his life. Then boom, I'm gonna drop this rape bombshell. This is gonna be the end of him, suspend him. And keep in mind, since this is a civil lawsuit, he's still able to play. This may not even happen for a few years, the actual case. It could take a long time because the civil cases aren't as high on the precedent as other court cases. But unfortunately to me, this just looks like a money grab, and I hope it's not. And like I said, I'm not a full-on you're guilty, he's guilty. We need more information. We gotta see what happens. But with all the information we've been collecting, it looks to me more so that, hey, things didn't go my way, so now I'm gonna try and get whatever I can since we don't have those relations anymore. And it's also been reported that Antonio Brown rejected a $2 million settlement from her in the past. So if the business project thing's true, asking for the $2 million, and then now she's around asking for like $75,000 or whatever in the punitive damages she put in the report, it does look a little bit like a money grab to me. So let me know in the comment section, do you think he did it? Do you think this is a money grab, or do you need more information? Because if it is a money grab, this only makes it harder for the people that are scared to talk about their Me Too movement, or they're scared to come out about the rape allegations because people are gonna believe they're lying about it. It's this slippery slope that we've been going down. You can't believe every single person that talks it, but you can't deny every person that talks about it. So it's always this little barrier, like you don't want to cross it there, you don't want to cross it there. So you guys remember earlier in the year when you heard about Full House Lori Loughlin and Desperate Housewife Felicity Hussman. They're trying to get their kids into college, so they spent X amount of money to get them in, so bribed your way into college. It was USC was the school. So one of them went to trial last week, and that's Felicity Huffman. And When the prosecutors first started this accusation, they were talking about these people facing potential years in prison. They were talking about all these damages. They want to set an example for all these people. But when I tell you what they got sentenced, you're going to be baffled. Let's just say it's not 4 months. That's what they were trying for. So, they went from a year to 4 months. That's bad. Okay. Then it went from 4 months to 1 month. The final verdict, they're serving 2 weeks in prison. 2 weeks? Who goes to prison for 2 weeks? So this is all Felicity got. She got 2 weeks, a $30,000 fine, 1 year supervised, and 250 hours of community service. That's getting off easy from potentially facing years and being an example to 2 weeks in prison, $30,000 for someone who's rich. That's not a big issue. And, community service, they made it out great. So the prosecutors are like, as long as they make an example that parents are going to face jail time when doing this, that's the precedent they wanted to set. But is 2 weeks jail time really even a good precedent? I said jail. Is 2 weeks prison time really a good precedent for that? No, it's not. So Felicity doesn't have to turn herself in until October 25th. So people are upset and they feel like this is somewhere in between the lines of money privilege, white privilege. Maybe it's a little bit of both, but something's up because 2 weeks for bribing your way into college, that doesn't really add up. Now, when asked to the particular judge that did the sentencing why Felicity got what she got, the judge said she accepted all responsibility. The judge said herself didn't want to make examples of them for future parents. And the last thing that didn't sit well with me, she said the college system's broken. Yeah, the college system's broken, but when the people that are trying to collect my loans, do I go, hey, the system's broken, so I don't gotta pay you back? No, we still have to pay all this money, so they're able to pay money to get into college, and the only thing they have to face is 2 weeks. I guess technically they'll be a felon now, so they won't be able to register a firearm or vote. That's like the worst of it, but 2 weeks in prison, that doesn't really set a repercussion to me. Let me know in the comments, do you think that was enough, or do you think this is an example of money privilege, white privilege, or what do you think this is? Because for me, I definitely feel like it's a mix of money privilege, white privilege, whatever you want to call it. It's a fucking privilege. Also, keep in mind, one thing the judge did say, she gave Felicity a lesser sentence because she bribed a little bit less. So I guess we'll see when it comes to Lori's trial if they'll give her more. But as of now, we know this shit's weak. So remember a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when Tekashi 6ix9ine, if you don't know who he is off the name, the rainbow hair fool, was always in the news, but now we don't hear him. It's because he got caught up last year, and well, we finally got an update last week, and we all knew that he became Tekashi 6ix9ine, and he's snitching now. We got more details. He's in a snitch house. The feds think he's safe now because he's been there a whole year without any trouble or confrontations. So he spends his time with a bunch of other snitches. No other inmates are allowed. And food trucks come there throughout the day. He's allowed equipment. He gets a TV. So he's not living a terrible life, And the reason he gets to live this way is because of who he's snitching now and what type of protection he really fucking needs. He's never going to be able to be a normal person. He never was after who has a 6ix9ine tattooed on their face. But he ain't even going to be able to be out in public because it's going to be hit on him for the rest of his life. He's going to identify which Train 9 Bloods are attached to aliases and incriminating texts. The prosecutors aren't able to figure it out themselves, so Tekashi's a big part of it. He was facing up to 47 years before he accepted this deal. So with his plea deal, he's going to go from 47 years from anywhere from 0 to 10 is what most are saying. Who knows? Just depends on how much he's snitching. But either way, he's going to be living this life for the rest of his life. So he's going to be on trial in the upcoming week. So I'll give an update if he gets his sentencing or what happens with the 9 Trey Bloods. But the feds are hoping to get him there safely like they've been doing for the past year because we know many people want to see him die before he testifies. Alright, so this is mostly what I wanted to talk about this week. It's a little bit of a slower news week. So once again, let me know in the comment section, do you think Antonio Brown did it? Do you think it's a money grab or do you need more information? And also with the college moms, do you think White privilege, money privilege? Do you think it was a fair justification in how they were sentenced? I'd love to know. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on those notifications, share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it. This Chris, I'm out this motherfucker.